Hello everyone and welcome back to Shelter 2, and we are here once again on the family tree. It is getting to be quite long. We're on our, this is probably our 13th generation? I guess Inna would be, Inna's Gen 0, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Okay, it's 11, that's right, because we have 5 in a season and we've already done 2. So we're on our 11th generation already. So that's pretty amazing, and you guys have voted and the results are in, and something a little bit uncommon has happened this time that has only ever happened once before. So you guys have actually voted for Fox. Now, Fox is the only male in the litter, and so his story will be a bit of an uncommon one, but we are going to go ahead, we're going to let him raise kittens, and I'll explain that a little bit more as we get into it. So we'll go ahead, though, and we're going to start a new family with Fox. And it was a pretty close poll this time, actually. There were a lot of votes for a lot of the kittens, and it wasn't as drastic as the last one for sure. But yeah, so we're going to go ahead and we'll be playing as Fox this time. And we're going to start a new game with Fox. Yes, if it'll let me click. Oop, come on. Really? It's been a little fickle lately. There we go. And we're going to go ahead and skip the intro because we've already seen it. We usually only play it at the beginning of the season. So here we go. And what we're going to say happened with Fox, and keep in mind that this is story for the sake of story. It's not necessarily reflective of what would happen in real life. In real life, the male lynx usually has no part in raising kittens, and may even be hostile to them should he come across them. The male and the female will go their separate way once the female is going to give birth, and the female is the one who raises the kittens. But what we're going to say for the sake of the story, and remember this is not necessarily the most realistic thing in the world, is that Fox found his kittens abandoned after their mother had passed away, and because this is not strictly bound to realism, even though we usually strive for some level of it, we're going to say that he decided to take them in and raise them. Maybe times were doing pretty good and food was plentiful, and he decided to help his line continue. So he is going to be raising kittens this time. Just remember that's not necessarily the typical thing. So I actually already went ahead and picked names because that way we don't have to sit here and wait for me. And so our brown kitten here is going to be Tara. She is a female. Our dark kitten is going to be Nyx. She is also female. Our white kitten is going to be Tundra, and he is male. And our red kitten is going to be Sienna, and she is female. So we have Sienna, Tundra, Nyx, and Tara. And of course, their father Fox will be the one taking care of them. So we're going to go ahead and start a new, start go into the actual game here. And here we go. Hopefully Fox can do a good job of raising them. I'm a little worried because we're still playing on survival mode. That is what you guys had said we should do this time. So she ventures into the vast open world, a land full of prey to feed her starving family who are not yet strong enough to leave their warmth and shelter. That's the typical intro for, of course, Fox is male, so it's not quite the same for him. Yeah, so we're gonna go ahead and hopefully he'll be all right here. We've only ever had one other lynx father, and that was Owl. So this is only the second time we've ever had a male lynx be the one to raise the kittens, and that is we only usually ever have one male in the litters because that tends to keep the odds a little bit more realistic, because in real life, like I said, a male lynx usually has no part raising the litter. Now, there's not much documentation that I could find on them. I can't really... Lynx are pretty elusive, and so there's not always a lot of information about them. But I imagine that because like a lot of cat species, the male doesn't help with raising the offspring, and so I imagine that the male would be at least indifferent in most cases in real life, if not downright hostile and aggressive. Because that does happen in some species. I believe bears also have to be concerned with the mother protecting the babies, even potentially from their own father. So I imagine that could be the case. Then again, we don't really have a lot of documentation that I can find. If any of you guys know of documentation on this, by the way, feel free to drop it off for me because I would love to read more about it. I did a little digging on my own when I noticed Fox was doing well in the polls, and And I tried to find out, but I couldn't actually find any info on this. So, I mean, that's not to say it's fully impossible, but I think it's highly improbable. I don't think that's how lynx generally tend to do things. But, like I said, this is a fictional story, and sometimes we're able with this to stretch the bounds of realism just a little bit in order for the sake of the story here. Here we go. We got the rabbit. Oh, there was another white one running by. I didn't even see them. They blend in so well. And I don't think we're going to go to the tundra this time because we determined that we can survive fairly well, even just in one area. So we may actually stick around here and possibly go down by that swamp because a lot of you guys have been saying that that can be a pretty good area to be. And so I'm trying not to waste stamina here. Some of you guys were asking why I wasn't eating the rabbit when we were hauling it around the tundra. That was because we wanted to have a sacrifice for the wolves if we needed to. And I say sacrifice. Basically what that means is if you drop a rabbit, they'll eat the rabbit and not a kitten. So that's always a good thing to do there. But we will probably be able to eat some of the rabbits around here if we can manage to stay around here and not run into too much trouble. So we probably won't have to carry one around with us at all times. We'll just have to, I may still try. I'll want to stay near rabbits at all time because we want to make sure we have something to give the kittens because this is survival mode. And so it does mean the prey moves around. And so we want to be kind of careful of that to not stay in one area too long. But we will still be trying to stay in this zone, although that will put us at threat of eagles, I believe. I don't mind the predators too much as long as we see them coming because they actually provide a meal for all 4 kittens, which is a really nice thing. If you manage to bring them down, that is. However, if they sneak up on you or you don't have enough stamina, things can turn to catastrophe pretty quickly. So you gotta be really cautious. And I think we can do this. So here we go. Fox was always a pretty good hunter. Oh, there's some rabbits down there. He's always been a pretty good hunter, so hopefully he's got this. But yeah, he's only ever the second father lynx we had in this series. The only other one was Owl a few generations back. You could probably see him in that list there when we went through it. And I'm amazed at how long this series has continued because we tend to do a lot of generational gameplay in a lot of our games. But Shelter 2 has been one of our longest running, and in fact, I think it probably holds the record for the most number of generations, except for probably Niche, because that's a little bit different, but that's not quite your traditional generational gameplay anyway. But I believe out of all of our series, Shelter 2 holds the record for most number of generations. WolfQuest has more seasons, but each season only follows the life of one set of parents, or possibly 2 in case of Galaxy Pack, and their descendants. But each one has only ever followed the path of one generation. And that covers the whole season. They have a lot more litters, so we'll have 4 litters per wolf in most cases, as opposed to each lynx only ever has 1. So we go through about 5 generations in each season of Shelter 2, and that means that we've actually ended up having the most number of generations because we go through them so quickly. I mean, this is generation 11, if you count Inna as generation 0. So it's pretty amazing. It really is. And that we made it that far and always had heirs to choose from each time. We did get a little bit of a scare one time when we lost 2 of the kittens, but so far everything has gone pretty well. We haven't really seen much threat to the long-term survival of our lineage. So let's go ahead, feed these guys the last rabbit here, and they should grow up a little bit. And then up here we have collectibles, and we should be able to bring them out into the world with us now. So here we go. There's the collectibles. And we've taken out quite a few foxes and quite a few eagles, and I always try to collect the skulls for them and the skulls for the deer when I can, because they're a little bit more of a challenge. Where is Tundra? Tundra's still up there, right? Tundra is the male in this litter, and the reason we tend to stick to having 3 females and 1 male is because it does proportion the odds of having a male lynx down a little bit, like having a male caretaker here, having the father, like Fox, be the one to take care of the kittens, because that doesn't happen that much. Oh man, tricky rabbit, oh my goodness, there we go. didn't quite get away from us, but it does kind of proportion the odds down because it would be such an uncommon event that we don't want it to have it happening all the time. So if you guys have ever wondered why we usually only have one male, that's why. It just kind of helps keep things in a little bit of perspective of reality, just because in the world of lynxes, it almost always is the female who raises them, and I don't know of documented cases where it hasn't been. There's another rabbit down there. We're going to go ahead and make sure we can catch it. And it always scares me when the music goes quiet, because when we're in an open area like this, that can mean the eagle is on its way. Eagles have been a constant threat to us in probably the majority of our series, honestly. They've been problems in Shelter 2, they've been problems in Wolf Quest, they've been problems in Untamed, they were problems even in Shelter. In most of the series we've played, we've been up against the eagles, and it'd be kind of cool someday if we could find a game that would let us play as an eagle, but unfortunately I haven't found one that works, because a lot of the time, like, we'll try and explore different perspectives. So we'll have, we have our Wolf Quest series following the wolves, and the wolves are an antagonist in this, they're an antagonist in Untamed, but then we also do play Untamed, and cougars are an antagonist in Wolf Quest, and so it's kind of nice to play from the perspective of a lot of different species, and it kind of gives us a more rounded perspective of things. But so far I haven't found a good game that would let us play as an eagle that actually works. That would be a fox. The fox is right up here. I can see it coming. I want to find a game that lets me play as a fox too. I mean, actually, yes, we have a game that lets us play, but I would love it if there was like a more detailed computer version, because it's been an app, and so unfortunately having it be an app does come with some limitations. But yeah, we also have played Ultimate Fox Simulator, and I don't know if we've ever fought lynxes in that, but we've fought bobcats and stuff before. So I like being able to play from the perspective of a lot of the different species that we encounter. Okay, we have to stand up, no, they'll come eat, there we go, that's good. But it's nice to be able to play from the perspective of a lot of different species, because it kind of gives us a more well-rounded and more balanced, perspective on it, because it's not just the viewpoint of one species, because in reality, oh no, that's not good, in reality, it's not so much, in the world of animals, it's not a game of good and evil. It's not one species is out to get all the others. They're all working for their own survival. Oh boy, okay, oh, here it goes. Okay, we got it. They're not, oh my goodness, are you okay? Okay, all right. It's not a matter of one species is, like, it's not one species is the good guys, one is the bad guys. In the world of animals, they're all just out to survive. And so that does mean they come into conflict. We're going to get the fox skull, too, if we didn't get it already, so that we can mark how many we've gotten. I think we've managed to... Okay, I think we already got it. What? Oh, that's a little vole thing. I think we've managed to collect all or most of the skulls from the ones that, okay, yes, we can mouse right to scent view, but that does take stamina, so I don't like using it as much in this. Now, it doesn't do that in the normal mode, it just does that in survival mode. But yeah. So, but yeah, it's not so black and white, so each animal is out to survive, and for a carnivore, that means that it has to hunt other animals for even a... Why are there only 3? Okay, don't scare me like that, Tara. But for carnivore, it means killing to live, and even for a prey animal, sometimes they come into fierce competition that can lead to one animal's death. It kind of just depends. And so it's not as clear-cut as it can be. Animals don't have the same kind of motivation that humans do. They don't have... they don't quite have a moral compass the way that we do. What they follow is the law of survival, basically. What will make them and their genes and their species continue, what will be best for that is going to be what they're going to do. That's just how their instincts work. And so for a wolf, that might mean fighting a lynx, fighting a cougar. For an eagle, that might mean preying on the cubs or pups of lynxes, cougars, and wolves, and whatever, really. And it just one species' actions often will bring them into conflict with another, and that doesn't mean that either's in the right. It just means that they're doing what it takes to survive. And so that's why I like playing from the perspective of a lot of different species, because it gives us kind of a glimpse into it. Kind of keeps us a little more well-rounded in that we don't start to praise one species and punish another. And I think that's really important, because really, it's not, animals don't work quite the same way we do. There's not really, they don't really have the same struggle of morality that we do. To them, it's just what it takes to survive, and that's what sets us apart. But let's go ahead, and we're going to, oh boy, come here. There we go. So yeah, but in one stories, I mean, it's kind of an interesting concept that in one story, the hero may well be the villain in another. So, I mean, we're playing right now as the lynx, and in order to survive, that means catching the rabbit. But if we were playing as the rabbit, it would mean running away from the lynx. And, what would determine our success or failure in that might be very different depending on what species you end up following. Now, that said, we do follow a lot of carnivores, because their lives tend to be somewhat more interesting. In some cases, it can be a little bit, you do a lot more running away as a prey animal, whereas with a carnivore, you tend to do a lot more both attacking and defending. And they just kind of just disappeared into the grass there. That startled me a bit. I didn't even realize there was a patch of tall grass there. But yeah, so we do tend to be a little bit biased towards playing as carnivores, just because they tend to have a little bit, from a gameplay perspective, their lives tend to be a little bit more interesting. It's not quite as fun to play a game where you always have to run away all the time if you're a deer or you're a rabbit. Now, it's still interesting. It still can be how their lives go, but it's not quite as gameplay conducive. So that's why you'll tend to see a lot more games centered on carnivores than you will on carnivores and maybe omnivores than you will on herbivores. There we go. That's the word. I was like, what word am I trying to say? But yeah, so that's kind of probably why that happens. It's just a little bit more interesting to follow the life of a carnivore than it is to follow the life of an herbivore. Now, lynxes and cats in general are what's considered to be an obligate carnivore. So there's different types of carnivores. Carnivore, by definition, is an animal that eats meat. Well, an obligate carnivore is an animal that only eats meat, and anything else isn't going to really give them the nutrients that they need. So wolves, for example, are not obligate carnivores. They can eat berries, they can eat plant matter to a certain extent. Now, if that's all they're eating, they're not going to be doing very well on it. They might survive, they might not starve to death, but they're not going to be in peak physical condition, and they're going to start to get weak and sickly. However, cats, lynxes, even domestic cats, can't live off that. They have to have meat. If they're eating off of only plants, they will die. And it's not just they can survive, but no, they're not even going to survive if all they can eat is plants. So there's a big difference there, and that's why I don't advocate a vegetarian diet for your pets. It's certainly not ever for a cat. And even if you have a dog on a vegetarian diet, they're not going to be doing as well on it as they would be on like a meat diet. So I don't advocate for that. There are, if you want to feed a pet a vegan diet, get a pet that eats a vegan diet and a vegetarian diet, because it's not going to be good for their health if you're feeding them the wrong thing. So yeah, don't buy into that. I know some people like to be vegan. Some people have reasons for being vegan or vegetarian. Some people might have health problems. Some people might have personal feelings on the matter. I personally am not. I don't judge you if you are, but please do make sure that if you're going to have pets, that you are feeding them a diet that's appropriate for what they need to eat, and that you're not forcing personal convictions onto them that are going to impact their health in a negative way. That's all I ask. So there's rabbits. Okay, kind of a bit of a hungry stretch here, so hopefully we'll catch some of these guys before before the cubs start feeling too bad. Fox always has been a pretty good hunter, so that's been a good thing. And he seems like he's continuing that. The reason I turned off to the left, though, by the way, instead of following the one that was closer a little bit. Oh, good. There you are. Oh, my goodness. Tara. Tara, don't do that. Tara, don't do that. All right, I'm going to not actually eat. I want them to eat. All right, that's good. And then we're going to find another rabbit if we can. Another something for them to eat. Hopefully... Oh, there, right up there. There's a rabbit. All right. But yeah, so that's all I ask is that make sure you know what you're feeding your pet and you're being careful with that because, well, some animals like canines can do okay on plant matter. Some animals like felines are not going to do well and are going to have health concerns. Did somebody collapse? No, everybody's here now. Okay. I think Tara decided to try and get double food, and I think she did. I think she kind of went both ways. There we go. So hopefully that doesn't have a negative impact on anyone. We gotta try and find some more food, though. Is there going to be food around here? That's not a good sign. Anything that shows up as red on the map is food, or on the scent view. And I'm not seeing any red, so that's concerning a little bit. Maybe the marsh is not the easiest place to find food. It probably is going to depend on the time of year. There's got to be something around here somewhere. There can't just be nothing anywhere. Right? I think there might be pheasants in the woods, too, but I don't really like going into the woods. That tends to be a harder place to navigate and to find food. I'm pretty sure some of these guys are getting really hungry, and that scares me a little bit. We might have to see if we can catch 2 rabbits. A lot of you guys are saying you can use the run and drop and then run again method to catch more prey, and yeah, you can. But sometimes I don't do that, depending on the actual individual situation. If it looks like I'm going to have to run a lot further to be able to catch an additional one, a lot of the time I'll wait and let my stamina come back up, because that way we have the stamina to deal with predators if we have to. But it kind of just depends on the situation. I'm not seeing any food. Goodness. Maybe this was a mistake to stay here. Maybe this was not a good thing. There is a collectible over here. We might visit that and see if we can gather that on our way, but hopefully we'll find something to eat. Heck, at this point, I would even welcome some kind of predator showing up, because we're starting to get into the point in time where we're getting to a dangerous lack of food, and I don't want to have to deal with that right now. I don't want to have to worry about that. Okay, is there any food ahead here? I don't see anything. Like, literally nothing. This isn't very good, you guys. This isn't good. Hopefully this will not be a huge issue. Look, they're all getting hungry. Oh, there's something here. Okay, we're gonna catch it. We're gonna catch it. Oh, no. No, 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 no. No! Why do I keep missing you? Oh, no. Oh, we got him. Okay. I'm gonna give him to... Okay, come over here, please. Get in your ordering. I'm going to feed you, because I think you have gone the longest without food. So they only, the voles only give like 1 point of food. So that's not ideal, but it's good in a pinch. So that's better than nothing, but nevertheless... Did something just spawn? Is a predator on its way? Oh, no, there's rabbits. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, I spooked him. I hit the wrong button, you guys. I hit the wrong button. Oh, please. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. Okay, well, at least no one's gonna starve. All right. Stop immediately. Let stamina come back. I don't see where it went. I don't see where it went. It's right above us, probably. Alright, everyone stay close. Oh, there. Oh, no, 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 no. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. No! Okay. Whew. That was, more dramatic than I was wanting it to be. So this seems to be Eagle Central. This is where the eagles spawn. We gotta be really careful moving through here because, very bad things can happen if we're not careful. Did you guys eat it all up? Or is there more that we can eat? Nope, there's not more we can eat. Alright, I would have liked a little bit of that if they left any over, but at least they're not starving anymore. Oh my goodness, though. That scared me. The music is so jarring. At least with the fox, it's quiet and it's like, okay, it's sneaking up on us. But the music for the eagle is just so loud and so scary. And it's the same music from Shelter 1. And so it's a little bit traumatic, all those memories of the eagle coming after us. So it kind of brings back some really scary memories. And I think it's now turning to autumn. I think we're going to go ahead and wrap... Wait. Is that a fox? Did I hear a fox? Yes, I did. Okay. You coming for us? Okay, no, you're going to go down. Alright, he's too fast. He may come back. Oh, yes, he's coming back. Okay. We're gonna stalk him. Oh, nope, he's running again. Okay. We're gonna come up here. I think you can chase them off without them actually taking a cub, too. But I don't know if we did or not. We may have chased him off. 1, 2... 2... What? Up here, please. Did somebody collapse? No. 1, 2, 3. Okay, there he is. Okay, we're gonna try and get him. Alright, we're gonna run. And, oh, he's so fast. He's so fast! Why is he so fast? Yes, I know we can use map. I don't want to use map right now. I want to catch the fox. I want to catch this fox. Are we gonna get him or not? He's turning around in circles, trying to confuse us. So no, we're not gonna catch him. I don't think. All right, 1, 2. Whoa, 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 whoa! Hey, hey, hey! What? 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 No, Tara! Oh my goodness, I'm out of stamina. I'm out of stamina. Let me run! Oh my goodness, what? What? Oh my gosh. Well, that's a way to wrap up an episode. This might be a lot harder than I thought it was going to be. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the episode. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. But until then, this is Jay, over and out.